Today we have the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas, and I've been able to spend about a week with it so far reviewing it for you guys, and I've got 5 things that I like and 5 things that I don't like coming right up. Now real quick, I want you to know that I have a full detailed review with more details on this Volkswagen. I'll put the link to that video in the description below. This video is just going to be about things that you might like or might not like and things you should probably be aware of. Now starting with my dislikes, in no particular order, the first thing I'm going to dislike is the efficiency. But these engines are not efficient at all, especially when you compare them to competitors. Basically, all the competitors are more efficient than this Volkswagen Atlas. So even the turbocharged 4-cylinder option does not get very good efficiency. And this V6 with all-wheel drive only gets 22 miles per gallon on the highway for its rating. Some of the competitors will get up to 5 miles per gallon more with V6s or turbo 4-cylinders. So I would really like to see Volkswagen give us a more efficient powertrain option. So a second thing that I'm going to dislike is the fact that the interior has absolutely zero wow factor compared to some of its competitors. Now, I personally like the interior, the fact that it is simple and it is functional, it's got good space, but it doesn't have a big screen. It doesn't have super nice materials everywhere. You've kind of got cheap piano black plastic around here. You've got cheap material here. Obviously that is so minimal and doesn't mean much, but I mean the piano black plastic kind of in a lot of spaces and really no wow factor or the extra nice materials like you see in competitors is just one thing that I wanted to point out to some of you that might be looking for that. Okay, my third dislike is going to be the way that the steering feels. So it's a really lightweight steering wheel, which I think a lot of you will like, except for the fact that it just feels really false. I mean, it just gives you a false, over boosted feeling to where it just feels so disconnected. I would like a little bit more weight to the steering wheel, but it just doesn't give you assurance of where the vehicle's going all the time. It's such a small complaint, but something that I would personally change, and I prefer the way other 3-row vehicles feel as far as the way that the steering wheel feels. But you'll have to drive one for yourself and let me know what you think. You can only seat 7 people in here. Most of the competition at least can give you 8 seats and then 7 seats if they have captain's chairs. But Volkswagen, because the 3rd row is actually only 2 seats instead of 3, means that your maximum is 7. And if you have captain's chairs back here, then your passengers are limited to 6, including the driver. That 3rd row is probably big enough to be able to have 3 small seats across, but it's only 2. So small complaint, most of you probably won't fit 8 people in those 3-row vehicles anyways, but it's kind of weird that this is limited to only 7 people. Now the 5th thing that I dislike is the fact that Volkswagen has trimmed down their warranty that they once had, which was a really nice warranty. Now the warranty is 4 years, 50,000 miles, bumper to bumper, which is still a good warranty, but that came down from a 6-year, 72,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty. I believe they trimmed it down for the 2020 models and newer, but it's kind of a bummer that they took that away because that was a really nice incentive to buy a new Volkswagen. But you still get 2 years and 20,000 miles of free maintenance. Now my first like, in no particular order, is the cargo space, because the cargo space is excellent in every area, behind the 3rd row, behind the 2nd row, even with all of the seats folded down, and the seats are super flat, so they fold flat into the floor, and there's even plug-ins and air conditioning vents in every area of the cargo space. Now my like number 2 is the fact that Volkswagen gives you driver personalization up to 4 drivers. So you can have your own customizable settings for drivers. You can have 3 drivers and a guest. You can even have specified keys. And the cool thing is that if you have multiple people driving a vehicle, with these personalization settings, you can have your memory settings on your seats set to that, of course. You can also have the temperature, digital display, the navigation view. So you can have a lot of different vehicle customizable settings depending on who's driving the vehicle. So if you have multiple people that are going to drive, that can be really nice. Now moving on to like number 3, I like the fact that you have 2 different engine options. So a lot of vehicles in this class nowadays, they pretty much just give you one option, many of the competitors that I've seen recently. But Volkswagen gives you a naturally aspirated option or a turbo option. So you can get a turbo 4-cylinder engine or you can get a naturally aspirated V6 engine. Neither of them are efficient, but I like the fact that you can choose which one of those you get. The 4th thing that I like is that a bench seat actually comes standard on every single trim level, but you can still get captain's chairs optional. Most of these 3-row vehicles have limitations on which vehicles get captain's chairs or bench seat. So I'm really glad to see that they offer a bench seat on any trim. This is entirely digital and you can change everything you see. Now don't look at the MPGs, I just basically sat here and moved in the parking lot, so don't worry about that. But in the middle, you can change and customize settings through there. You can change the entire view. So let's go ahead and change our view here. That was driver assist. You can have your phone, you can have audio, navigation, you can have an entire map of navigation. And then you can have your other settings or your other information on the sides. This is a really cool system. You have so many different options for all of your trip computer information. So you can have all that in the middle, on the sides. You can make it with the regular gauges, so you kind of have more of a traditional look, or you can have it just in the middle, so it's less distracting. So which things do you like or not like on this 2021 Volkswagen Atlas? I'd love to hear your comments down below, especially if you own this vehicle. This was a mid-cycle refresh, so there were some slight revisions, especially to the styling. Leave your comments on what you think of that as well. If you want to see more videos like this and full detailed reviews, be sure to subscribe, click that thumbs up button if you liked it, and have a great day.